Okay, everyone, yes, hi, Tatar. Я люблю Татар.
Мы тоже любим американцев. Молодых и красивых.
Wow. All right. Good morning. Okay, до свидания. До свидания. We just arrived in another one of Russia's biggest cities that you may have never heard of. It's called Kazan. There's an advertisement for the McDonald's replacement. Вкусная точка. Kazan is the home of Russia's officially largest minority group, the Tatars. A group of people I've read about in books, but never met in person. So I'm pretty excited. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I did just wake up. I'm still waking up. But I'm excited. The excitement is waking me up. Kazan, an American in Russia, 2024. Let's do this. Should probably go and try and find the hotel first. Those don't look like hotels. All right, I found this place over here. It's about 35 euros a night. Can't check in yet, but left my luggage. Let's go see what they have in Kazan. Behold, the wondrous city of Kazan. It's an interesting little setup they got going here in the river. Kind of just looks like they have like some garden hoses just shooting water up in the air. I like it though. Notice that people wait very carefully at the crosswalks here. They don't really jaywalk. This is maybe the only place I've seen this outside of like Japan. And I'm kind of wondering why. Look, it's a pyramid. The Great Pyramid of Kazan. That's actually kind of cool. And up there is a mosque. A little bit different than the mosque you might see in Western Europe. I'll explain. Sprinkler system just turned on. Can't let the GoPro get wet. Water is the enemy of any GoPro. School trip. School trip to the mosque. Who's this guy up here? Got that thing turning on a turnstile. Спасибо. Вы татар?
Да.
По-татар, здравствуйте, как сказать? Исамисис? Окей, спасибо. Окей. Исамисис.
Выучили, да?
Спасибо. We are in the Kul Sharif Mosque, the Grand Mosque of Kazan. This is supposed to be Mecca, I think. And then here you have a Bible, you have a Torah, you have another Bible, and then a Quran. For those that don't know, in Islam, they believe that Jesus, Moses, they were prophets also, but prophets in Islam. So like Islam is a continuation of Judaism and Christianity. Kind of looks like a Muslim version of Lenin right there. Lenin actually went to college in Kazan. And then he got expelled for bad revolutionary behavior. This is a little map of the pilgrimage routes that Tatars would have to take to get to Mecca. So you can see one route was they would go further east into Kazakhstan, then Samarkand, Uzbekistan. They'd probably link up with Muslims from China going on the same route. I love the whole interconnectedness of Eurasia. That stuff fascinates me. A female Muslim Congress. Obviously thanks to the Communist Revolution. So, with the Tatars, they are majority Muslim. And their culture is a little bit different from Islam in the Middle East or even in Chechnya, which is another part of Russia. Those places are much more conservative. Interestingly, it wasn't Arab traders or an Arab empire or anybody from the Middle East that brought Islam to the Tatars. It was actually the Mongols. That's right. The Mongols, during the time of Genghis Khan, under the command of Subutai, one of the greatest generals in the history of the Mongols. They came over, ran roughshod over this region. They conquered the Tatars, they conquered Russia, and this region became a part of the empire known as the Golden Horde. Genghis Khan's empire quickly splintered into different parts, and the Golden Horde became its own empire with its own rules. And a few centuries later, the leader of the Golden Horde decided to convert to Islam, and that meant everybody had to convert to Islam. And thus, the Tatars became Muslim. Does that man have a wolf hat on his head? A bunch of Russian children being taken away by a wolf? What's going on there? Might be time to exchange some more dollars. I'm getting low. Again, as a foreigner in Russia, ever since the sanctions were put into place, you cannot use any ATM here unless you have a local bank account. It even says Visa and MasterCard, but I believe that's only if you're a Russian citizen and you have a Visa card. $200. Да. Без проблем.
Думаете, что-то есть?
Должен нормально.
Нету. Да, ничего не нарисовано. Все хорошо.
Okay. Very good. All right. And there you have some Russian rubles. Apparently that's the biggest bill they have. It's about 50 euros, $50.
Я им допомагала.
This is one good thing about Russia. I just sat down on this public bench. Looks like somebody left their cell phone here by accident. Obviously, in many other countries around the world, that phone would already be gone. Nobody's taking it. I wanted to just turn in this phone to the cafe. Now the guy's telling me I should take it to the police station. As an American, I don't really want to go to the Russian police station.
What is your name?
Tommy.
Tommy.
Tommy, да. Or Tom. Thomas.
Там. Ну, Тами напишем. Тами. Супер.
Супер.
Всё.
Окей. Спасибо.
Вам спасибо, что вы не прошли мимо.
Okay. Found a nice lady at the hotel there. Left the phone with her. She was able to get in touch with the owner of the phone. They're gonna get their phone back. Did my good deed for the day. Unintentionally. All right, I just checked into my hotel apartment here in Kazan, and it's pretty nice. Look at this. Even comes with an air conditioner. They don't give you an air conditioner in Western Europe. Also get a full kitchen. This is the largest kitchen I've had anywhere in Europe. And then this, whatever this is supposed to be, I guess this is like the smoking room. There's a lot of building going on over there. Whatever insight that gives you into the Russian economy, there you go. They're building stuff. Comes with the obligatory shot glasses for vodka, but of course, конечно. And yeah, this whole thing, $35. $35. Even get an extra bed for the kids that I don't have. You know, I'm not saying you should fly over here tomorrow, but if you're willing to go through an insane border checkpoint, if you're willing to go someplace that is sanctioned, and if you're willing to risk possible imprisonment, then this could be a good deal. At least I'm having a good time. But I'm a little bit fucked up in the head. Found some old Soviet-looking exercise equipment in the park here. These are some big dip bars right here. These are some seriously Spartan pull-up bars right here. And apparently not used very often. There's a giant spider web right there. I'm pretty sure this is what the vast majority of Russia looks like. These big buildings that date back to the Soviet era. Call them commie blocks, Soviet blocks, what have you. There's some more over there across the street. Alright, just bought some groceries from my apartment hotel. Down here, you have some Tatar grandmas. Some Tatar babushkas, if you will.
Будем брать?
Да, я хочу.
Сколько надо?
Один чашку.
Хорошо.
Переводить пришла, раз не понимаешь.
Один стакан хватит, да?
Один стакан, да.
Вот 80 рублей.
Сколько стоит?
80.
80. Окей, это. Окей.
Сейчас, да, сюда, давай.
Спасибо.
А ты кто? Югослав? Египет или кто?
Что?
Ты
Откуда?
кто, да?
О, Америка.
О,
Америка, да, да.
Американ бой, поедем с тобой. Москва, гудбай.
Первый раз в России.
Экскурсия или работать?
Экскурсия.
Молодец. Кино нас снимать.
Это я камера.
Да, снимаем.
Да. Вы продаете вещи каждый день здесь?
Да, да.
А, окей.
Со своей фазенды собираем, это все свое. Экология чистой.
She's still talking about me over there. I can't imagine there's too many Americans walking around Kazan.
Свияжск сейчас хорошо. Ходите.
All right. Just caught a ferry. We're gonna take it to a place called Bulgar. It's supposed to be pretty cool. It's the former home of the Bulgars, who I think are related to the people in Bulgaria, but don't quote me on that. I get my own private compartment here on the ferry. So we're moving down the Volga River. The Volga River is essentially the lifeblood of Russia. It's the most important river in the country. Its tributaries feed Moscow, St. Petersburg, and it goes right by Kazan and a few other cities. It was also the very first place in Russia that was a natural barrier against the barbarians, against the Tatars. All right, just arrived in Boulder. Arriving with all the Tatar ladies.
Ребят, в такси, назад привезем, и вперед. И вот эта красавица идет.
I'm actually not sure if I need a taxi. If Volga? Центр города?
Волга?
Я пойду в Волгу.
Ну, дай, да?
Я могу?
Да. Ты иностранец, что ли?
Да.
Иностранец, что ли?
Иностранец, да.
Ну, давай, садись.
Okay, смотрю.
Кум.
Not really sure if this is like a tour bus, and I just got onto it. Это шапка.
Национальный костюм татарский. Татарский национальный костюм. Это антураж.
Каждый день надел это?
Да.
Окей.
В образе, видите, вот тюбетейка.
Окей, hi.
Тюбетейка, колфак. А это колфак.
Это маленький.
Да. А вы откуда?
Америка.
С Америки?
Да.
О, мы вам сейчас экскурсию сделаем. Все расскажем. Шпрехайте по-татарски.
Штат какой?
Нью-Йорк.
Нью-Йорк.
Мэриленд, штат Мэриленд.
Maryland?
I working.
You work in Maryland?
Yeah.
Really?
Да.
Okay.
Ocean City.
Ocean City. Oh, you can't drink there. No drinking.
No.
Скажите.
Что сделать из Мэриленд?
Да, из
Ocean
Америки. Что
City?
делала в Америке?
Sensation Fashion магазин, блин. Как магазин?
Забывается.
Шоп.
Shopping. I'm
Yeah.
student.
Where do you working?
Ну и что, американцы на русском тоже
Да.
со всякими
что?
разговаривать по-русски.
What is your name?
Конечно.
Tommy.
А?
Tommy.
Ками?
Да, Tom.
Тами?
Tom.
Тами.
Yeah.
Тами. Фотографироваться.
Okay, that's good.
Увидеться.
Bye-bye. Nice to meet you.
Трипс.
Yes, очень приятно.
Не знаю.
Yeah, have fun.
My bonny lies over the ocean. My
Oh,
bonny lies over the sea. Хорошо.
beautiful. Yes. Хорош.
Nice to
Bye-bye.
meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Американец, айда.
Oh, да, okay.
Айда, пошли.
Okay. Oh, wait, I gotta get off too.
Я здесь работаю экскурсоводом.
Это экскурсия?
Старший научный сотрудник, я здесь работаю.
Oh,
Рост научный сотрудник.
okay.
Ханская усыпальница является кладбищем городским, который, как некрополь,
Kind of ended up on a tour that I don't even understand.
восточные останки собора мечети, реконструирован большой минарет, является, конечно, изюминкой нашего.
That is apparently the largest Quran in the world. Largest Quran in the world. I didn't believe it at first, but they said it has the Guinness World Record certification. So it is here in Bulgar, along the banks of the Volga River, that the Tatars first adopted Islam. And so this place is seen as kind of like a spiritual center for the Tatars. People come over, visit the museums, make it a little day trip. Очень прекрасный.
У вас есть там красивые места, такие, как у нас?
Да, yeah.
Есть?
Yeah, прекрасный. And here's the Tatar bachelor party. Oh, okay, photo. Yes, of course. Okay, everyone, yes, hi, Tatar. Я люблю Татар.
Мы тоже любим американцев. Молодых и красивых.
Вау, спасибо. Oh, teacher?
Да.
Учителя.
Yes.
О, вы все учителя.
Воспитатели, еще мы.
Okay. With my limited Russian, I figured out they were not a bachelorette party. It's just a bunch of teachers. It's a teachers' party. An educational party. Что это? Чепчак?
Это чепчак, да.
Окей. Маленький есть?
Ну нет, маленьких нет, они там как бы вот такие маленькие только. Маленьких нету.
Окей.
200 рублей такой вот.
200 рублей, окей. Alright. Apparently this is the most famous snack in Tatar land. It's kind of like a Rice Krispie treat. Alright, tasty. I don't really know what this is made of exactly, but it's like a little bit tangy, but sweet. It's a good little snack. All right. As much as I enjoy being hit on by the Tatar Teachers Union over there, let's go to the town of Bulgar. Let's go off on our own and see what we might find. We actually only have 3 hours until that ferry goes back to Kazan. And there's only one boat going back, so can't miss it. Let's try and see as much as we can before then. You really don't have to walk very far before Russia starts to look like this. I can only imagine what this is like in the winter time. Right now it's early September. I mean, who knows when this video is being posted, but it's early September when I'm filming it. So this was apparently an ancient Bulgar bathhouse. An ancient Tatar bathhouse. Still here. Survived the Mongol invasions, survived the Soviet Union, survived the Nazis. I don't think the Nazis ever made it over here, but you get the point. Just for you. You know, one of my biggest surprises so far has been that Russians are extremely friendly. I mean, you know, they kind of have like this angry, pissed off look on their face when they're walking around, but they're always really nice. I haven't had a single negative interaction in this entire country. And that's part of the reason I'm here. I know there's people, I mean, if they really feel this way, they probably already stopped watching, but there's people that don't want me to be here because of what the leadership in Russia is currently doing. But in my mind, that's not fair. You know, you always got to separate people from governments. That's what I did when I lived in China. I like how you just walking through the grasslands and then you come upon another random exhibit. What's this over here? Pottery kilns. So preserved pottery from the Bulgars. Don't try to steal it. You should not try to steal anything in Russia. God no. There is a Tatar motor vehicle preserved from antiquity. So this apparently is the town of Bulgar. Got some little Bulgar Tatar houses here. Some Bulgar roses. Trying to figure out if these are mailboxes. Yeah, it must be a mailbox. Or is it? I see trash in there. Trash can or mailbox? Has to be a mailbox. Maybe just an old mailbox. I love the flower beds that a lot of these houses have. I mean, if I lived in Russia, the winters that they have here, I don't know how motivated I'd be to create a flower bed. Who's that yapping over there? Oh. That's a little doghouse over here. Okay, all right, без проблем. Clearly is ready to give up his territory pretty easily. What a bitch. Rural Russia. We're not even in Siberia yet. This may look super rural, and probably is, but we're still within the Russian heartland. Everything, including Moscow, St. Petersburg, and everything along the Volga River, going down to Samara, and all the way passing towards the border with Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, former Soviet states. That's the Russian heartland. And by their definition, this is all Europe. Of course, there was a time, only 5 centuries ago, where this was not part of Russia. This was a land that kept attacking the Russians. Waves of Tatars, Magyars, Huns, Scythians, all those big nomadic groups that invaded Europe, they passed along the great European plain. The Russians were always in the way. This is a little Bulgar playground made from recycled materials. Извините, Bolskaya еда где?
Чего?
Bolskaya еда, ресторантов.
Ага, покажу. Надо сама. Ты откуда?
Америка.
Что хочешь с этим или без этого? Какой средний покушать или хочешь покайфовать?
Нет, средний.
Всего, сейчас пойдем.
Средний еда, да.
Окей. Вон, где сейчас автомобиль поворачивает, я тебе покажу, ты дойдешь.
Окей.
Ты кто вообще-то? Американец?
Американец, да.
Блядь, ты высокий, блядь, шею, блядь. Какой-то, блядь.
Я...
Ну, мне нравится.
Ты тоже
я
высокий.
Ну, да.
Я первый раз в России.
А как ты сюда попал? Приехал смотреть историю, что ли?
Историю.
Историю?
Я
Ты не думай,
смотрел.
тут не только татары были. Тут и чуваши были, просто они к себе подтянули все.
Да.
Везде все накручивают, вы тоже в себе накручиваете. Я что, у нас, ваши президенты, смотрю, они какие-то не дебильные. Вот сейчас баба выбираться в президент. Ты где учишься вообще-то? На кого ты учишься по жизни? Кто будешь?
Кто?
Стоматолог?
Стоматолог.
Да? Зубы лечить будешь?
Не понимаю.
Не понимаю.
Вы из здесь?
Я здесь живу, но мне все...
Болгар?
Я здесь родился. Но этот город, когда воду поднимали, этот город не здесь был. Он был 25 километров отсюда. А после воду подняли и все. Залили нас. Вот там я родился.
Маленький город.
Да что тут 4000 населения? Какой тут город? Ну сейчас маленький. Побольше. А людей-то не плодятся. Как у вас плодятся людей? Детей много?
Дети?
Да, ну детей. Сколько у вас приплод? У вас там иностранцы, черные, кого только нет, китайцы. Так ведь?
Черные китайцы, дети?
Ну, у вас и черные есть, и китайцы. А китайцы они тоже не белые, не черные, да?
Да. This is one of those conversations that'll be fun to translate later.
Вот что, почему с этим? У меня двоюродных сестер.
I think it just came in through the bathroom.
Это морковь и яйцо.
Морковь?
Это с рыбой.
С рыбой. Окей. Есть мясо?
Мяса нету.
Только хлеб?
Только это, да.
she didn't have any food left. Just got a piece of bread and some tea. Good news is that it only cost 65 cents. I think there's like dried egg inside the bread. Never had this before. Russian MTV. She just gave me the key for the bathroom. This looks like it was some kind of shop at some point. Not a lot of business in this town. Okay. Отдыхаешь. You can see they have their own tomato garden right in front of the restaurant. Self-sustainable restaurant. Didn't have any tomatoes in there when I was there though. You know, the wildest thing about walking around here is this used to be the capital of the Mongol Empire in Russia. Think about that. When the Mongols first conquered Russia, this was the place they chose as their first capital. Capital of the Golden Horde. Kind of hard to tell. It says Bobo beer. Every single beer here is very strong. 11%. I might have to buy this right here. This is a Soviet Union beer. 11%. Lord. Some random fish you can buy on your way out with your beer. I did buy it in the end. I think I'm gonna save it for one of these super long train rides going through Siberia. Or maybe drink it with the teachers union. I don't know. This was a grand palace and mosque. Dates back to the time of the Golden Horde. So this would have been like the Khan's palace. The Khan was descendant of Genghis Khan. The building has very clearly been touched up a bit, been reconstructed. So in the 1500s, Ivan the Terrible, as you may remember if you watched me in Moscow, Ivan the Terrible conquered the Tatars. He also built the famous St. Basil's Cathedral, along with 8 other churches, in honor of defeating the Tatars. The Tatars had been such a problem for the Russians that conquering them and incorporating them into Russia was a big, big deal. And ever since then, the Tatars and the Russians have been pretty much chill. The Tatars, again, they follow a much less conservative version of Islam. You don't really see women walking around with hijabs. They might just have like that simple headdress that covers their hair, and that's it. And surprise, surprise, the less conservative a group is, the easier it is to integrate and fit in with everybody else, whether they're Muslim or Christian. In very, very true Mongol fashion, the Great Khan's palace was actually just a tent. Tent would have been right in here. The Mongols never liked to live that lavishly. I mean, like Kublai Khan in China, he had to fit into being the Chinese emperor and all that, but it's kind of what gave the Mongolians their edge. They were just always ready to go and fight. They came from the streets, and the streets stayed with them. And so the Tatars are descendants of Mongols, but not just the Mongols. The Tatars aren't just one single ethnic group, that's the thing. They're also the descendants of Turks coming from Central Asia, who are not the same Turks that live in Turkey, although they're genetically related. That's a whole different topic. All right, I think I gotta start getting back to the boat pretty soon. It's like 2:30. And I don't think they have taxis here. At least the taxis are not easy to find.
Метеор стоит, бегом, бегом, бегом.
Окей, бегом.
А то сейчас уплывет.
Спасибо, до свидания. Back at the port. Let's go get the boat. Hi. Давно не увиделись.
Давно.
Reunited. Спасибо. Return to Kazan. It's getting a bit cold and windy. Is winter coming? All right, said goodbye to the teachers union, and I think our time here in Tatarstan and Kazan is slowly coming to an end. Back to the Vokzal train station. If you didn't know, I'm on a journey all the way to the Pacific Ocean. We still have a long way to go. First, I need to drop my luggage off. So this is the machine. Choose your language. Choices are Russian, English, or Chinese. I think I'm gonna stick with English. Ready to sell. It's still in Russian. Okay. And now I've been assigned a locker position. Russia is becoming more high-tech. No old Soviet Union stuff here. And then you just have to not lose this receipt, or else then you're gonna have a lot of problems. All right. I am starving, so didn't quite have much of a lunch before. Maybe I can go find a real Tatar meal before my 1 a.m. train out of Kazan. A kind local has introduced me to a Tatar fast food place. I approve. It's at least as good as McDonald's. This thing, which is I think like a meat pie. Oh, that's like, sounds like an empanada. It's like a taco made of mashed potatoes with meat. It's much better than that sounds though. So, I'm actually walking along Karl Marx Street right here. And in general, this is apparently where the old money of Kazan live. On Karl Marx Street. Ironically. Okay, it's like 30 minutes to my train, but I just realized I'm at the wrong train station. Apparently there's 2 train stations in Kazan. I'm at Kazan 1, I gotta be at Kazan 2. So, just ordered a Yandex. Yandex is the Uber of Russia, because of course they have their own Uber. Hope we make it. Da. Казан 2. Сколько минут? 15. 15 минут. Ну, хорошо. Oh my god. Giant cup thing over there. A big Tatar cup. Спасибо. Alright. That's a cool looking thing. So this is Kazan. Kazan Station 2. This station seems newer somehow. And somehow I still missed the train. By like 5 seconds. Got on the platform, saw the train leaving,
How did that happen? Well, guess we got another day in Kazan. I'm gonna go find a hotel. By the way, can someone explain to me why in Kazan they have 24-hour flower shops? Like, I don't understand how that makes sense economically. Oh, they're just like Russian dudes out here rushing to the flower shop at 2 o'clock in the morning to please their wife with a new bouquet of flowers. I have no idea. All right, finally caught the train in the nick of time. We are on a real Soviet-ass train for this journey. We're on our way to Siberia. We're on our way to Asia. That's where I'll see you next. Until next time, that's Sabbatical.